Is Liam Payne from One Direction? I am. I mean, at the moment, we seem to just get asked all the time if we are you getting back together, or aren't you getting back together? The truth is, it's a matter of when at the moment. Everyone's super comfortable doing their own thing, and everyone's really happy doing their solo stuff. You know, we worked together for 5 years. For some of us, we didn't really have that much in common, except for that we had a job together. Now we don't have that job together any longer. There's not really any real reason for us to talk that often, which is fine. That's just the way people are, really. So it's not that I don't get along with anyone, but you're not going to be best friends with everyone. That's just not the way life works, unfortunately.
At the end of it, we were just like, we're tired. You know what I mean? We've been doing it since we were 16, 17 years old, and we were just like, right, everyone, let's just chill out for a while.
Who broke up the band? Who was it? It was actually a collective.
Yeah, just a collective decision. I think we'd done 5 albums, 5 years, 5 tours. And at some point that takes its toll on you in terms of, no matter how people always used to say, but you're young, you can do it. You try it.
We were sad, obviously, that someone had left, but also sad that he was not enjoying it so much that he had to leave. Because I think at the time too, the tour and everything was going so well, and we were, yeah, I'd say a big part of it was us kind of being like, wow, we didn't realize he wasn't enjoying it that much, you know? But I'd say in the moment, I guess the 4 of us became closer.
People didn't realise the pressure that he was under or things like that, and I can relate to that 100%. But we were always lucky that we had each other. I didn't really realise that, like, how big it was until it stopped, and like looking back and blah blah blah, you realised how big it was and how much of an effect it had.
You know, you take 5 kids who've never been in the music industry, you put them in a band together, and suddenly they're having so much fun. It's really difficult to not just have the best time of your life doing this new thing, you know.
Did you like the music you were playing?
Yeah, I did.
The whole time?
I did.
All the way to the end?
All the way to the end.
We don't really talk about like work stuff. We'd enough of that.
Yeah.
We obviously don't get to see each other as much.
Do you miss him a lot?
I mean, there's certain parts of it. Sometimes, like when you'd be at a gig or something that happened, and it would remind you of something that happened on stage years ago. I'd go, Jesus. I don't know, something might happen random in the crowd, or an interview in a foreign country might turn a corner and it might have happened before or something like that, and it'll just remind me.
Yeah.
And I would just be like, I'd just start laughing or something. But yeah, the odd time.
If you could travel back to any day in your life, which day would you choose and why?
Good. I would probably like to relive us getting put together as a band again. When that first happened on the X Factor, when we got put together as One Direction, that was such a surreal moment.
I'm here.
You ready?
I'm having a good time. Right. But I mean, I also know that I wouldn't be here if we didn't have 1D. So we always used to talk about the show we did. Like, it was our first show on our first ever tour with 1D in a place called Watford in the northwest of the city of London. And we basically, everything we did in rehearsals, we didn't do on that night. It couldn't have gone any worse if we tried. Every single thing we did wrong, singing wrong lyrics, singing other people's parts. I couldn't even tell you, like missing changes, missing everything. It was just a disaster.
Like
so
flop sweat, like you're...
You ever get tired of talking about One Direction?
Never, honestly. And I'm not fucking bullshitting. Never, ever, ever. You know, I grew up in a small town in Doncaster, from where I'm from. And that band, you know what I mean, put me in LA today. So, nah, they're the best. Like.
One Direction anniversary reunion. What can you tell us?
We're bringing Alesso in as a 5th member. No, I can't really tell you too much because I kind of already said too much already, and there's been a threat from one of the band members that he's going to egg my house if I say any more. So
I understand, but listen, you're not going to see him for a while, are you?
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. Just we won't tell anyone.
It's been nice. We've been talking to each other a lot. You know how special it is to get to a 10-year anniversary of anything really, and to have gone as far as we did and been as successful as we were, and to still be here today and still be receiving all of the things from the fans and all this sort of stuff. It's really nice. So we're definitely feeling how special it is and making sure that we tell each other that.
Can Zayn, Niall, Harry, Louis, Liam collab and drop something for us? I can see what you're doing there. Yeah, one day, I'm sure.
Do you actually think One Direction will get back together?
Yes.
True. Liam, I want to talk to you about this. This July will be the 10th anniversary of One Direction. You've been speaking about this a little bit. Are there plans afoot for you guys to do anything special to celebrate this milestone?
Well, I'm not allowed to say too much, obviously, because I'll be giving it away. But we've been speaking a lot more at the moment. I think we're all feeling that 10-year is a very special moment. I had a beautiful FaceTime with Niall, who I hadn't spoken to in a long time, and speaking with Louis. Yeah, it's been really nice. It's a nice moment.
Oh, when are you getting back together? I mean, you'll know.
Will One Direction come back, and when? The question is when.
Yes, and can't tell you time-wise. I don't know.
Okay.
When it happens, it will be like the biggest thing in the world.
We'll be back.
Sure that we will make it back.
When the date's going to be, nobody knows. I think we're all just kind of enjoying a bit of time to ourselves and, exploring our own solo things. It's cool.
Well, I mean, we're definitely going to come back, and I think there's no surprise after this amount of time that we kind of need a bit of a break.
Do you fear that maybe when everybody takes a break and has a chance to do their own thing, that maybe it doesn't come back the same way?
I don't see how you couldn't miss doing this every day. Like, I think it's actually going to be a lot harder than we anticipate, even though it's going to be we definitely need a break.
If I'm being honest, I just wasn't ready for the band to go on a break, to be honest.
But you are definitely going to come back, aren't you?
Definitely.
Okay.
It's just too impossible to predict when.
So if one day came calling tomorrow, you'd drop everything and go back?
Yeah, 100%. I've said that on multiple occasions.
And will it happen again?
I'm sure, yeah. Like, we'd be literally stupid not to.
There is no question of if. I mean, it's a must. It has to be. I'm sure we're all on the same page there.
One day reunion?
Yeah.
Oh, no talk of it yet. And I'm enjoying what I'm doing now, I mean, I'm sitting here promoting my new stuff. As of now, no, but if there's a conversation down the line,
yes,
let's go.
All I can say is I don't think for at least the next 2 years it's going to happen.